Namaskara, Swagatam. Today is Brihaspati Vasara, Dinanka Ashtadasha. 18th of August, Raghuvamsham Kavyam, Dvadasha Sarga, Dvadasha, and Dvadasha Shloko api, even the 12th Shloka today. But let's do the Mangalacharanam first. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate, Ramam Ramesham Bhaje, Ramena Bhihata Nishachara Chamu, Ramaya Tasmai Namaha, Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram, Ramasya Dasosmiyaham, Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuddhara, Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tattalyam Rama Nama Varanane, Shri Rama Nama Varanana Unnama Iti. Atha Shri Maheshwara Sutrani, Ai Urn, Rul Ruk, E Ong, Ai Ouch, Hayavarat, Halanya Nyamanga Nam Jabai, Gadadash, Jaba Gadadash, Kapha Chata Chata Tav Kapai, Sha Sar Hal Iti Maheshwara Sutrani. Okay, I think we're starting with this. Finished last time the Ekadasha Shlokaha, 11th, Adya Prarabhyate, Dvadasha Shlokaha, Dvadasha, the 12th Shlokaha. Let's do the rest, read it out. These are not that difficult shlokas, 12, 13, 14. Let's see how much we can do today. Athanathaha prakritayo matrubandhanivasinam maulir anaya yamasur bharatam stambhitashrubhe. So it is maulehi anaya yamasur bharatam. Okay, one more time. Athanathaha prakritayo matrubandhanivasinam maulir anaya yamasur bharatam stambhitashrubhe. Athanathaha prakritayo matrubandhanivasinam maulerana yamasur bharatam stambhitashrubhe. The simple sentence is prakritayaha anayamasu. Means that this is a causative form. We see detail in a second. Means that the subjects or the ministers. Prakriti has different meanings. In prajaha, because if you look at the commentary, Malinatha says amatyaha. So ministers anayamasu means that they caused him to come. Bharatam anayamasu. We say caused him to come. Means they made him come. Okay, made him come back. So ni is to lead, ani is to bring. They brought him back. Let's do the Padacheda first. Atha anathaha prakritayaha matrubandhanivasinam mauleihi is upasargaha. Because this tingantam padam doesn't compound. Tingantam na samasyate. So is a pruthak padam. Then naya yamasuho bharatam stambhit ashrubhi is samastam padam. So atha is an amvyayam, anathaha is qualifying prakritayaha. So this is a visheshanam. So it is prathama bhuvachanam and silinge prathama bhuv. It's a bahuvari compound, it's an adjective. It's prathama bhuvachanam. Because prakritayaha is silinga shabdaha. Prathama bhuvachanam, smativat matayaha prakritayaha. So both prakritayaha is a noun, prathama bhuvachanam, silinge. Then adjective to that is anathaha, which is also silinge prathama bhuvachanam. Then matrubandhanivasinam is a visheshanam for bharatam. Bharatam matrubandhanivasinam. That is the dvitiya ekavachanam. Pradipatikam is matrubandhanivasin. Who was living with his mother's relatives. Who was staying with his mother's relatives. It's qualifying bharatam. So mauleihi is titiya bhuvachanam. The good thing is that titiya bhuvachanam means the default pratyaya is vis, So because so just amauchastabhyam vis pratyaya is vis, but only thing is that because of atobhisa is when you have adantam pratipadikam, the vis becomes ais. So every vis ending, if it is Swantam Padam, it's going to be Titiya Bhavachanam. But the reverse is not true. Every Titiya Bhavachanam is not vis because of Ato Visa Ais. Ato Visa Ais. So Ramaihi, Vanaihi. So these two become take the Ais Adesha. So Maulaihi says Aptaihi Sachivaihi. That is the Titiya Bhavachanam Pullinge. Now comes the Kriya Padam. A, Na, Ya, Ya, Masu. You can see the Anuprayoga lit. Like in Gita, I have Darshaya Masa, Ashvasaya Masa, etc. This is the Anuprayoga lit, which you've seen a few times. We'll see again today. Bharatam Dvitya Ekavachanam is the karma of the dhatu, which we just, the Kriyapadam which we just saw. Anaya Masu. Stambita Ashrubihi is Titya Bhavachanam. So now let's look at the Tika here. It says this is a very straightforward shloka. Atha means then. It's in English then, now. I think that's the meaning. It's an Amriyam. So Avyadap Supaha, there will be Supluk by 2482. So as we already know, this Pratya will not be seen. So 2482 Avyadap Supaha. So Atha is Avyam, means then. Anatha. Anatha is a Bahuvri compound. Look at the way, again, there's no Vigra Vakyam given in the Tika. So it should be a straightforward. Sugamam Rupam. So it should be straightforward. Sudnyayam, very easy to understand. So let's look at this Vigra Vakyam here. Avidyamanaha Nathaha Yasam Taha Prakritayaha. So they are those subjects or those ministers who did not have any caretaker, did not have any master, did not have any which look after them. So avidyamanaha natha yasam taha. This is a Vartikam under Sutram 2224 anekamanya padarthe nayyo astyarthanam bahuvrihi vachottara pada lopascha vaktavyaha. So that means that this when we have this particle nai, which we've been seeing in the Wednesday class, nai means it is, what happens is that when the nai comes in there, na lopo naiyaha. Na lopo naiyaha, the nakara of nai goes away. Then what happens in the Bahuvri compound is optionally that word astyarthana, that means existing, being, that uttarapada can take lopaha optionally. So you can say avidya manaputraha. So avidyamanaha putro yasya aputraha avidyamana putraha. So one who doesn't have a son is aputraha avidyamana putraha. Similarly, abharyaha avidyamana bharyaha. Avidyamana bharyaha, one who doesn't have a wife. So this is the Vartikam under 2224 anekamanya padarthe Vartikam. You can use the same Vartikam here because we have this. So 2224 it says this Vartikam here, nayyo astyarthanam bahuvrihir vachottrapada lopascha vaktavyaha. That's what we have. So this word vidyamana, this is a typo here, avidyamana. So that the word, there's a typo, so there's a typo here. It should be avidyamana. Okay, sorry. Avidyamana. Okay. Avidyamana putro yasya putraha. Avidyamana putraha. Abharyaha. Avidyamana bharyaha. So that is how it goes. So that this vidyamana can be basically dropped. That's what it is. So this Vartikam we only need because this word vidyamana can be dropped. Otherwise, this compound itself could be formed by, anekamanya padarthe 2224. But to drop this uttarapadam of the purapadam, you need the Vartikam. So this means that avidyamanaha natha yasam taha. So those who did not have anybody to take care of them. So that's what that would mean. It's qualifying. So that's the adjective because bahuvri is because of the anyapada pradhano bahuvri. So anyapada, it has the pradhanyam is in the anyapadam. It's in something outside. So basically it's an adjective, obviously. Pradhanyam is outside, means it's an adjective to that thing which is outside. So it's qualifying prakritayaha. It says amatyaha. So this is an interesting meaning because it's a couple of different meanings. Because amatyaha is one meaning. You can also say prajaha, the people. He says minister, he quotes the Shabda Kosha here. Prakritihi sahaje, that means which is natural. Sahaja means natural. Sahaje, yonau means the womb. Amatye, in the sense of a minister. Paramatmani iti vishwaha. So Vishwa, the Shabda Kosha, which gives different meanings for the word Prakritihi. Prakritihi sahaje, something which is natural, yonau, in the womb, or amatye. So this is not, Prakriti has various meanings. So you have to check the proper meaning from the Shabda Kosha. So he chooses amatye. Amatye. We can say prajaha also. Other meaning is possible. So if you look at, let's look at Apteji, what are meaning gives Prakriti. So there's a lot, of course, you have Prakriti Purusha, you have nature, that is also there. So let us see what Apteji for Prakriti. Let's see, Prakriti comes in Gita in that sense, many places. Prakritim Purushan Cheva Vidyana Adi Abhavapi. So but then Prakriti Yanti Bhutani Nigraha King Karishyati, right? That also is there. So there is that nature. People behave according to the nature, Prakriti. Okay, Prakriti. Prakriti, let's see what our meanings are given here. The natural condition or states of Sahaje, as Vikruti, let's see, second meaning, natural disposition, yeah, is for temper, make, form, figure, Prakriti, descent, origin, source, says nature as distinct from Purusha, that's what we said. Radical or crude form, it's a crude form, Prakriti Pratyaha, right? That's also a thing. A model or a pattern, a woman, personal will or supreme spirit, Maya, male or female, yono, all in this generation, a mother, coefficient, a animal, artist, supreme being, Paramatmani, 8 forms supreme being, way of life. Here, the king's ministers, the body of ministers of council is ministry, also the subjects of a king. So either one was possible. You could have the king's minister or king's subjects. Both are possible here. So the meaning is here king's minister or king's subjects. The meaning chosen by Malinatha here is that he has chosen the meaning of amatyaha. It says Prakriti sahaje yono amatye paramatmaniti vishvaha. Okay, so that's the meaning choices he gave: natural disposition, or the womb, or the organ of generation, and then amatya, ministers, or paramatmani iti vishvaha. Now comes the matru bandhu nivasinam, because again it says subject, object, verb. So the subject here is the prakritayaha. Prakritayaha is the subject, and the verb is going to be that anayayamasu, anayayamasu. That's going to be the subject. Before that, he wants to put the object in here. The object is bharatam. Bharatam has adjectives now. Adjective is matru bandhu nivasanam. So matru bandhushu nivasinam bharatam. So this is Upapada Samasa, a very famous sutram here, which says that supya jato nirnistachilye, supya jato. So one who was dwelling, who was living with or among the relatives of his mother. So I put the Vigraha Vakyam here in the, so Matuhu Bandhavaha, Matru Bandhavaha, very simple Shashti Tat Purusha compound. So the relatives of his mother, Matru Bandhavaha. Then Matru Bandhushu, Nivas plus Ninihi. So this is Upapada Samasa, Upapadam Ating. Then see this Upapada Samasa we've done many times, these steps. We'll just quickly mention one more time. Is that Panini has only one sutram. In the any samasa has to be first authorized by sutram in 2.1 or 2.2 of the Ashtadhyayi. Upapada Samasa is only one sutram. Upapadam Ating. Upapadam Ating. So Upapadam, a qualified Upapadam, can, so says Samarthena Shabdantarena Samasyate. It compounds another term which doesn't have to be a Subantam. As long as a thing, you're not creating a Tingantam is not being created. So now which qualifies, so this is always the first step in Upapada Samasa, Upapadam Ating. And then what qualifies Upapadam? Then we go to the Dhatu Adhikara and says Tatra Upapadam Saptamistam. Tatra Upapadam Saptamistam. So then we get whatever is Saptami, indicated by Saptami in this Adhikara, that will get a Sanya of Upapadam. Tatra Upapadam Saptamistam. So here we have the sutram which is 3.278 is says that 3.2 yeah, supya jata nistachilye. Supi, any sup is supi. That's the upapadam. Supi is saptami ekvachanam. So here we have matru bandhushu. Then ninihi ajato. This is not a jati vachaka shabda. Ninihi tachilye. Ninihi pratyaya is being used. So nini, when you use the Anubandha lopa chutu, Dashak, I mean the Upadesha Nasika, the in remains. In the meanwhile, this whole thing gets the Pratipadika Sanya, Krititsa Samasascha. So then this sup pratyaya goes away by supo dhatu pratipadika yoho. So we get matrabandhu nivas in. Because pratyaya has this nakara as an it, we get the atopadhaya. The vas becomes vas because of atopadhaya. This is Angakarya. Now, Atopadhaya says that if we have the anuvritti of Nyati comes from the prior sutram, so Acho Nyati, Atopadhaya. If your pratyaya is falling is a Chavarga Panchama as an it or Tavarga Panchama as an it, in that case the Upadha Akara takes vriddhi becomes Nivasin. Nivasin. Actually, here there's one more thing that can be done. If we can, I think we may be able to form the word nivasin on its own, because that ni also, like pravasi becomes pravasin. So if you look at 3.2, we'll look at 1 second. If you give me 1 second, 3.278, it says that supiyati vartamane is upasarga nivrityartham. This kashika says supiyati vartamane punaha subgrahanam upasarga nivrityartham, which means that sup anuvritti is coming down. Again, Panini says supi. So what it says is that, you cannot just use as a upasarga as a sup. Like what like pravasin, a traveler or who is going abroad, pravasin. Then can you just take the pra and make the word vas and take the pratyaya nini, pravasin. But I think, let me check for 1 second. I think in the Siddhanta Kaumudi, this statement of the Kashika, Supiti Vartamane Punasubgrahanam Upasarga Nivrityartham, that's 3.278. I think in the, remember correctly, in the Siddhanta Kaumudi, he has made the statement. Let me see, 3.278. Siddhanta Kaumudi 2988 is the number in Siddhanta Kaumudi. Let's see. I mean, it doesn't matter to us right now because we could have taken, we have the Matra Bandhu there. Let's see. 2378, 2278. Let me just give me 1 second. Okay, 1 second. The question I'm asking is that can we make Upavada Samasa just with the word like pravasin like that? Give me 1 second. This is 3278. 3278. Let me see. Because I remember reading something like the Siddhanta Kaumudi about this. Okay, it's 2988 in Siddhanta Kaumudi. It's 2988. Okay, 2988. That's the number in Siddhanta Kaumudi. 2988. Okay. Says that here vrittikarena upasarga bhinnaha eva supi ninil iti vyakhyaya ut pratibhyam angi saterupasya sankyamiti pratishtam bharadatta madhavadibhishcha tadeva anusrutam. So this vrittikara says that supiti vartamane punah subgrahanam upasarga nivrityartham tacha bhashya virodhad upeksham. So Siddhanta Kaumudi said this we don't need to take this one. This one is not. You see, Kashika is very old, it's more than 1,000 years old. While Siddhanta Kaumudi comes much later. So when there's normally a conflict between Kashika and Siddhanta Kaumudi has the advantage of seeing all the things which came for those many hundreds of years in between. So that is, it says that Prasiddhascha upasargyapi ninihi. So nini is used regularly. It's for very well-known words. Upasargyapi. Sababhuva upajivanam. So anuyayi vargaha, anuyayin, those followers, right? Anuyayin. So one who follows. That's the neta chille. Then padatyadho dhama visari navanchati bhavo, and so on. Anyway, so basically what he said, we could form the word nivasinam itself, nivasi itself, from the using the upasarga ni as a sup. So we don't need to go to Matrabandha Nivasan, Then we can make a Saptamita Purusha from that, Matrabandhishu Nivasanam. So that also will be another way. Or we can take that Matrabandhu Sup as the Sup and then take it with that way. Regardless, we can use 3278. So here we have put in a document over here that the way I've done it here is that I use Matrabandhu Sup. I think even if we use this ni as the Supi, we can probably do that. So either way, Matrabandha Nivasinam, Nivasin Pratipadikam, Atupadhaya has to be done regardless what we do. And so that is qualifying Bharatam. Bharatam Matrabandha Nivasinam. And stambita ashubhi. Stambita, stamb is to stun, like, paralyze, to paralyze, stumb, or to, stop from moving. Stambita ashubhi. He says he doesn't listen straightforward karmadharya compound. So he says is okay, stambita ashubhi. Stambitani cha tani ashruni. So those are tears which have been held back, which have been stopped, which have been stunned, which have been paralyzed, which have been, basically held back, stopped from moving. So what he gives the Pulitartha, he gives the what it means is that Pitru Marana Guptyartham iti bhavaha. In order to conceal the fact that his father had passed away. Because if they reveal that fact, Bharata may not come back at all. So that's why this is Stambita Ashubhi, means those ministers or those people, they sent a message to Bharata, but did not reveal to him that Dasharatha had already passed away. If you reveal to him that already passed away, he may not even come back. That is Stambita Ashubhi, with their tears held back. So that is what Stambita Ashubhi. Now it says Maulaihi, by means of that, Maulaihi. It says Aptaihi Sachivaihi. Ap means early obtained, but Apta means something, someone trustworthy and confident, someone who you trust, So so Aptaihi Sachivaihi. So through this Maulaihi, it comes from the Pratipadika Mula. It says Muladagataha Maulaha. So Mulada, let me say Maheshwara Sutra, right? Maheshwara Dagatani Maheshwarani Sutrani. So this is, we had this word before. So Muladagataha Maulaha. So this is the, as we said, Taditaha Vradikara Ashtadhya from 4176. Taditaha 4176 Taditaha. And there the sutram is this Pradivyato An. An is a default pratyaya which goes up to the word Divyat, which comes in 4.4. So basically from 4183 all the way to 4.4 is the default pratyaya An. And within that comes the sutram, which number is 4374. Tata agataha. One has come from that 4374. I think this, yeah, Tata agataha. So this 4374 gives the meaning. But the Prag Divyaton default, that's the thing with Taditas is that you need three things: the Prakriti and the Pratyaya and then Artha Nirdesha, in which meaning it comes. And those three may not be all found in one place. Tata agata gives only the meaning from where it, so in that meaning. Now that Sutram Prag Divyaton has said the default Pratyaya An. It doesn't say from which Pratipadikam which can take. It means as a default all can take. So we need these two parts, which Tata Agata gives the meaning, and Pragdivyaton gave us the default Pratyaya, the An Pratyaya. So it says Mula plus Nyasi, Panchami, Muladagataha. So Mula plus Nyasi plus An by Pragdivyaton Tata Agataha. And then Mula plus Anubandha Lope by Halantyam. In the meanwhile, this entire thing gets the Pratipadika Sanya, Krit Tadita Samasascha, Tadita Pratyaha, then Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho, and so we get Mula In the meanwhile, because this Pratyaya An has Nakara as a Nit, we're going to use Taditeshvachama Dehe, which is the Anantara. We just use the Sutram Atopadha, we just use that Atopadhayaha, and following that, next Sutram itself is the Taditeshvachama Dehe. So if you have Tadita Pratyaya following, which has the Chavarga Panchama or Tavarga Panchama as a Nit, then the Adi Ach takes Lopaha, not the ending, right? But the beginning Ach takes Lopaha. In the word Mula, of course, the Ukaraha is the Adi Ach, Achama Adehe. Among the vowels, one which is the first one among the vowels. So among the vowels, the first one. So the Mula becomes Maula. Taditeshva Chama Adehe. And finally, Vain is not here, but we have the Bhasanya by Yachibham. Yes, teacher. Yes.
Yeah, yes. You kept saying the Adi Ach gets Lopaha, but it's the Vriddhi, right?
No, not the Adi Ach. I mean, say the Acham Adehes. Among the vowels, that which is the first one.
It gets the vritti adesha, not the lopa.
Vriddhi, did I say lopa? I'm sorry.
Yeah, a couple of
Vriddhi. I'm sorry. Thank you. No. Vriddhi. Because it says because anuvritya vriddhi. I'm sorry. Vriddhi. I didn't mean lopa. I meant vriddhi. So vriddhi. Thank you. If you're making mistakes, please point out. Yeah, definitely it's vriddhi, not lopa. Because I was thinking vriddhi, I'm saying lopa. So, manasi bhinnam, vachi bhinnam. That's not correct. So vriddhi is anuvritti coming down from 7 to 114. Atopadaya also we did vriddhi only. This also is the vriddhi operation. Taditesha chamada is a vriddhi, not lopa. Sorry. Thank you. So and then we get the bhasanya by yachibham, then yasyeticha. We get the akar lopa ivarnantasya varnantasya bhasanya kasyanyasya lopa bhavati tadite ikare cha pare. So maulaha. So muladagatah. Manus come from the beginning. He's there with you for a long time, or so. Must be somebody trustworthy, like the core ministers. Somebody who's in the core cabinet. The core cabinet, you can say. So maulehi aptaihi sachivaihi. So those trustworthy counselors, by means of them, anayayamasuhu is that agamayan chakruhu. So ani is to bring, ni is to lead, ani is to bring. Same thing, gum is to go. Well, agam is to come. Then somebody to make somebody to me. They made him come. So made him come. So let's look at this one. We have seen many times. I just did a copy paste from one of the prior classes. So ning prapane is so they caused him to come. So so I think they caused through that they caused him to bring him back. So so ni, and what happens is that this dhatu ning prapane, but no naha dhatuvadeshassaha no naha. So so they caused him to be brought. Basically they caused him to be brought they caused him to be brought means that they caused him to come. This is what the commentary is, caused him to be brought. So dhatuvadeshassaha no naha. The adi nakara in the dhatu part of dhatu becomes nakara. Danti adesha. We see the daily examples many times, so I hope you remember that. Of course, halantyam, nyakara is in it, and then we got the pratyaya nich hetumaticha, in the sense of causation, hetumaticha. So nich pratyaya comes chutu halantyam anubandha lopaha, and here we get acho niti. In fact, now we use all three of these today. We have used all three of these today. We have used the acho niti to make this form right here, because you're going to get the form nai, because ni becomes nai, becomes acho yavaya become nai. So we use the acho niti. We use atopadhaya also. Just a little while back we used the atopadhaya. Just now we used it in the nivasin. We use that one atopadhaya, and we also use the taditeshvachamadehi, all vriddhi operations in over here. So we use 72115 over here, achoniti. We use 72116 in the nivasin. We use 72117 in the maulaha. So this is only 72117 only for the taditeshvachamadehi. So we got the new dhatu nai by doing echo yavayavaha sanadyanta dhatavaha. Sanadhyanta dhatavaha. So you got the form nai. Now what happens when you take nai plus lit? Normally we have to do the abhyasakaram etc. Right? Liti dhatu anabhyasasya. Instead of that, what happens is that anuprayoga lit, when you have a dhatu which is a sadhita dhatu, derived dhatu, or anekash dhatu also, in that case we have to take the pratyaya, am pratyaya comes in there. So kas pratyayad ama mantre liti, kas pratyayad ama mantre liti. Means that pratyayad means, when it is a dhatu form with the pratyaya at the end. In this case we use the nich pratyaya to form this dhatu. In that case, liti, when lit follows, am pratyaya comes in there. Am pratyaya comes in there. So that's what is called anuprayoga lit. When am comes, then we get krincha anuprayujyate liti. This kri is a pratyahara, means kru bhu as anuprayujyate. Comes with its own lit after that. So this is the anuprayoga lit from 3135 to 3139. Panini gives different situations in which am is to be used. The very first of them is the most important one, is that we have in derived dhatus, particularly nijanta is the most common one. In Gita only nich we take, like darshayamasa, ashvasayamasa, In that case, when you get this causative form, then we use the am pratyas to be used. So we have done these steps many times. We'll go through it one time quickly. Is that we've had the form nai, because ending nich pratyaya, we have to use the am now. So nich plus nai plus lit, of course parokshe lit, the bhute adhikaraha, and then we get the pratyaya am at 3135. Then what happens is that this normally nich will take lopaha because nearinity. Anidada vardhatuke pare ne lopasya, because pratyaya am sanya of ardhadhatukam, because of thingshit sarvadhatukam ardhadhatukam sheshaha. So am gets sanya of ardhadhatukam. It's not a valadi ardhadhatukam, so it cannot take idagamaha. So it will be anit, it will be anidada vardhatuke pare. So when it has no idagamaha. So then what normally should have happened is that by 6451 the nich have taken lopaha. Instead it takes the ayyadesha. Let's look at these two rules again. These are steps which we have done many times, but we can look at this one more time. Is 6451 is nearinity. Anidada vardhatuke pare ne lopasyat. But then comes ayyamantyal vaye, etc. So when one of these pratyas follows, then this nich takes the ayyadesha, and very first one is am. So then that comes in and we get nayai. So now if instead of nish taking lopaha, we get the ayyadesha, it becomes nayai am lit. And what happens is that by 2481 amaha. Ama says the following pratyaya lit takes a look, it's completely gone. We got nayayam. And then what happens is that by 3193, because of krut, this thing, this pratyaya lit, any lakaraha, lit, all of them have the krut sanya. Krud a thing. In the dhatu adhika starting from 3191, any pratyaya which is not a ting pratyaya gets the krut sanya. And because of krut tritita samasascha, this gets a pratipadika sanya. So we want to form a tinganta padam, we end up with a pratipadikam now. We end up with a pratipadikam, which has to be now, because pratyaya lope pratyaya lakshanam. And then so, because this lit pratyaya, like any other lakara, will get the krit sanya, but krit the thing, was prescribed in 32115, the dhatu adhikara starting from 3191. I think which is not a thing pratyaya, is a krit pratyaya. Pratyaya lope pratyaya lakshanam. And we get krit tadita samasascha. We have to now start declining it by so just amount. But then what happens is that we can use the same sutram, amaha, to do the look of that su pratyaya also, default su. When the Kashika goes a slightly different route, it makes the nayayam as an avyayam and use the krunme jantaha, and then just avyadap supaha. Siddhanta Kaumudi will go Siddhanta Kaumudi, so you can the same sutram amaha. Used to just look of this one also, look. So then we get, now what happens is that because of this anuprayogaha, this nayayam comes with the dhatu kru, bhu or as with its own lit pratyaha. Kruncha anuprayujyate liti. So as plus lit, and then this one has to go through as usual. This lit gets the pratyaya anubandha lopaha by upadeshadana nasika salantyam tipta ji pratyaya, because we are looking at the pratham purusha bhavoshanam, pratyaya becomes ji becomes us, because prasyapadanam nal atasus thal atasar nalvamaha, so this pratyaya becomes us. So as plus us, the ending sakara is not in it because nivabhaktau tusmaha. And then we go to abhyasakaryam, as us, and then we use the haladisheshaha, is the adilhal shishyate. Only the adihal will stay behind. Here we have the adis akaraha. So this is a good example where haladishesha doesn't mean the first consonant stays. So consonant can stay only if it's the first member. So the as, the sakara is not the first member, so it goes away. As us. Now at this point we had a problem because we would have had the atogune. So we would have ended up with us. Instead of that comes the special sutra, because in the abhyasa karani we have looked at these rules many times. We generally look at these four rules, which is the rasvaha, haladisheshaha, kuhoshchuho, and urat. But that's for any kind of abhyasa. But then comes specific rules for each kind of abhyasa, and here is liti ata adehe, the adi akara in the abhyasa of lit, that will take the dirgha adesha. So ata adehe is only in case of lit. If you have the adi akara in abhyasa, lit prayogaha, then we will take the dirgha. So we get a as plus us, nakasame dirgha, rutta visargo, nayayamasuhu. So anayati means he brings, so and then anayaya, I mean nayayamasuhu means anayayamasuhu means they caused him to be brought. They caused him to be brought. Mulinatha he rephrases that. He says that agamayamasuhu. Agamayan chakru, same instead of us is used to kru, same thing. But here only thing is that if you recall that this why it become gamayan, why not gamayan chakru? Because we just saw sutram atupadhaya. When you take dhatu gamru and then add the pratyaya nish to that, why it not become gami? Became like asatoma sadgamaya, right? So what happens is that in the form I didn't put this document, maybe I'll put it in here. So gum plus nich, I didn't put that in document here. So if you take gum, then dhatu is gamru gatau. So if you take gum plus add the pratyaya nich, instead of getting the gami, we get the gummy only, not gami. So gummy. So this is the anubandha lopaha, chutu halantyam, and then what happens is that we get the atupadhaya, but then comes mitam rasvaha, and amantaha mitaha. So, there's a Gana Sutram under there. We've done this in the past. Is amantaha. So amantaha mitaha. It's a long Gana Sutram. I put this one here just in brief over here. So the dhatu ending in considered to be mit. So as makar as an it. So mitam rasvaha. 649. So instead of getting the form gami, we get gami. Then we go to the same steps and we get the form agamayan chakruhu. So 6492 mitam rasvaha. No pare. So 6492. And these dhatu which are mit are not marked with mazanit. In the dhatu parta, ghatadayo mitaha. The Gana Sutram in the Bhavadi Ganaha from dhatu ghat, I think up to dhatu pand, they get the dhatu ghat onwards are considered to be as if having makar as an it. And so this one is a Gana Sutram under that, which says that amantaha mitaha. So dhatu ending in is they're considered to be, in fact, the entire Gana Sutram we have seen, I think, before in the class. I'll read out to you. Jani dhatu janayamas. So janayati, not janayati, but janayati. The Gana Sutram is the jani jirush knasu ranjo mantascha. This is the Gana Sutram in that ghatadyo mitaha. So basically, this is anything ending dhatu ending is considered to have as if it has more as an it. So that allows mitam rasvaha. So mitam rasva 6492. Yes.
Satishji?
Yes, sir.
On the previous one on Nayayamasu, the pratyaya you brought in is considered a krit pratyaya?
Not the but the lit pratyaya is krit pratyaya.
Oh, that's kind of new to me.
No, well, let's see 1 second. Is that because see, Pratyaya Sutram Krud a thing only start from the second dhatu adhikaraha. If you look at the Sutram Krud a thing, it only starts from 3191 onwards, this dhatu adhikaraha. Well, the Pratyaya is from 3135. So will not get the Krut Sanya. So this Pratyaya came in 3135. The adhikar of Krud thing only starts from 3193. But
this lit is not the lasya lit.
Yes, lakara. Yes, same thing.
It's the lakara lit, but still
like lat or same thing. Even like lat or lot or lung, ling, they all have the krut sanya. But krut ating, the moment the tiptaji comes as a substitute, then it is no longer a krut pratyaya because krut ating Panini says. But what happened in our case was a strange situation. Before tiptaji could come in, it took the look, it was gone. So now it remained as a krut pratyaya. That lit, which was, normally when you say lat pratyaya, lat becomes tip or whatever might the case may be, then that krut sanya is gone because krut ating. So, but even lat or lot, they're all krut pratyaya. Only thing is that most of the time they get substituted with a ting pratyaya because of lasya sutram, tiptajji, then at that point the krut sanya is no longer there. But in this particular case, because the lit did not get the tip or any other adesha, the j or g, so I should say g adesha, I think. So g is adesha. So I think I mentioned j by mistake. It's a g, not in this thing. I think the adesha should be g because this is prasipadam. So g adesha. So anyway, not here, but even back here, before the lit could take any adesha, it would have been g. But because we're talking Pratham Purusha Bhavachanam, but before that, because it took the Amaha took look back here. So the let's see here, back here. I'm sorry, here. So because so na ya yam lit Amaha look. So now before the Tiptaji came in, the lit remained lit and it went away. So pratyay lopi pratyay lakshanam. So now because of that we got the Pratipadika Sanya, Kritavisa Samasascha. You understand that, Basu?
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
So that's what happened there. Normally it doesn't happen because the Tiptaji comes in, So anyway, okay, so that's the shloka. I think we got everything here. So he gave the form Agamaya and Chakruhu, means they caused him to come. And this becomes Gami, not Gami, Mitam Raswa. Mitam, because Amantaha Dhatavaha Mitaha, Vedagana Sutra. Okay, let's bring it I think last time we finished with, I think, Dihenkarji. Let's bring our Adhikrita Anuvadakaraha. You ready, sir, Nagarji?
Namaste.
Namaste. Let me try to stack it up properly. Okay, what about then? What do you think then is who?
Atha.
Atha, correct. The principal administrators.
Prakritayaha.
I think Prakritayaha. It says Amatyaha Prakritayaha. Who were then helpless? This one. Anathaha. Anatha, who didn't have anybody to look after them. Anathaha. Caused to be brought. Yeah, it will take cause to be brought.
Anayayamasuhu.
Yeah, Anayayamasuhu. Cause to be brought. Because Bharata is, of course, this. Bharatam. Who was at that time living with his mother's relatives?
Matrubandhu Nivasinam.
Matrubandhushu Nivasinam. And then by means of the hereditary ministers.
Maulehi.
So it says Maulehi, Aptaihi Sachivaihi, who kept their tears in check.
Stambita Ashruhi.
In fact, I take one thing, but I think I made a mistake here. Okay. I think this Stambita Ashra looks to be a Bahuvri compound here. Now, because look at the placement over here. I think the mistake I made, well, you could take it, the question is that, is it a Bahuvri qualifying the Maulehi or not? From looking for the placement here, because Muninatha is put, because look at the commentary. Ministers who kept their tears in check. So then we can, then we have to make it, have to change the Vigraha Vakyam, I think. So Stambitani Ashruni Yesham Te. So those whose tears were held back, tears were held back. Because I looked at one of the books and I take it, so we can take it separately, causing to be brought by the ministers with. Now, I think the Bahuvri meaning is this. I think I like this translation. Ministers who kept their tears in check. So, Guptyartham. So let me change the Vigraha Vakyam here because I'm looking at one text which I have over here and I didn't question that because, anyway, thank you, Nagaraji. So I think I made a mistake in the Vigraha Vakyam. We need to correct that because I was looking at this one here. It says, Stambita Shubhi, Stambitani Chatani Yashruni. No. Oh, I think this one is better. It says, Stambitani, maybe give me 1 second. I like this one better. Stambitani, Avaruddhani, Ashruni, Nitra Jalani, Yaihi Taihi. That is better. Okay, let me put that one here. Okay, let me show. So this is just shows you this compound. It could be Karmadharya compound, could be Bahuvri compound. I think it's a Bahuvri compound. So stambhitani says ashruni, ashruni yaihi, ashruni yaihi. So by whom the tears were checked. So yaihi, and then so they are the stambhita, and then taihi. So taihi, by means of those who had controlled their tears. So this is going to be now Bahuvri compound. Bahuvri compound. So 224. So stambhitani ashuni yaihi. So this is the Bahuvri part of it. Stambhitani ashuni yaihi, and then taihi, by means of those who had controlled their had checked their tears. So stambhitani ashuni yaihi. So that is the Vigrahavakyam. Yeah, so this is just goes to show you how you can make the different choices, different in the context. Could have had a Tatpurusha means a Krimadhara compound here. Could have had a Bahuvri compound. I think looking at the placement of Malinatha is given to it. It's placed right before an adjective to Maulaihi. And also look at the translation. Looking at the translation is that, it says ministers who had kept their tears in check. So Stambhitani ashuni yaihi. So that's better. Okay, so sorry about that. See, one thing you should do is after you do all your work, always check your answers with the commentary, because once in a while you get tripped off with something like that. So Stambhitani ashuni yaihi, yaihi taihi. Okay, so taihi stambhita ashrabhi. Okay. Let's look at the next shloka now. So this is Shutva tatha vidham mrityam kaikeyi tanayaf pituhu maturna kevalam swasyaha shiyopyasit parang mukhaha. Shutva tatha vidham mrityam kaikeyi tanayaf pituhu maturna kevalam swasyaha shiyopyasit parang mukhaha. So padacheda is Shutva tatha vidham is a Visheshanam Bahuvri Samasaha, adjective to Mrityam, Tatha Vidham Mrityam. Okay, both, just to Padacheda, first Tatha Vidham Mrityam, Kaikeyi Tanayaha, Shashti Tatpurushaha, is Kaikeyaha Tanayaha, Bharataha, Pituhu is Shashti Ekavachanam, Pituhu Mrityam, death of his father, Mrityam, Matuhu, I think this will be Panchami Ekavachanam, from his mother. No avyayam. Kevalam is his kriya visheshanam. Kevalam, no kevalam, paramukhaha. So you take it as so kevala will be is like an adjective, but this is used here as the kriya visheshanam. So technically speaking, napumsake, dvitiya ekvachanam. So this neuter like sukham jivati, samam dhavati, all these can be used as kriya visheshananam. Klivata, Karmattam Chishya is the Vartikam. The Vartikam on 2.18 is that these adjectives can be used as adverbs, and then they will be used in the neuter gender in the Dvitiya Ekvachanam. So 2.18. 2.18 is 2.4.18. I'm sorry. 2.4.18. 2.4.18 is the Sutram, and that one has a Vartikam on that. It says Kriya Visheshananam Klivata, I think also Karmattam Chaishyate, Mrudu Pachati, Shobhanam Pachati, he cooks well, Shobhanam Pachati. So Shobhanam is an adjective, Shobhanam. Same thing we have, the Kevalam Matuhu, not just from his mother, Swasyaha Matuhu na Kevalam. So is a Sarvanama Shabda from his own mother. Swa can have four meanings. Atma, Atmiya, and then Dhana and Nyati. Dhana and Nyati, which can mean relative, it can mean wealth, like, so Swa can be Dhanam, Niswaha means Daridraha, one who has nothing. Or it can be Atmiya, belonging to oneself, comes in Gita, which in our Gita today. Sve Sve Karmanya Bharataha Samsiddhin Labhate Naraha. So Sve Sve Karmanya Bharataha Samsiddhin Labhate Naraha. Sukarmanirata Siddhi Yatha Vidhi Tachano. So that is Sve Sve Karmani, that is Atmiya, belonging to oneself. So here same thing here, Swasyaha Matuhu. Swasyaha Matuhu means his own, belonging to him, his own. So let's see, yeah, Sve Sve. Swe Swe means Swasmin Swasmin Karmani. So this is so that is the thing. So his use means his own mother, belonging to him, his own mother. Swasyaha matuhu Shriyaha api. Shriyaha is also Panchame Ekvachanam. Shri Padapadikam. We take the Iyangadeshaha by Achishnat Dhatu Bhuvam Yor Yangvangau. And api avyayam asit. Asit form we just covered in daily examples. We didn't put in the document here. We just covered, I think, a couple of days ago in the daily examples. We can look at it right there. Parang mukhaha. Parang mukhaha is parak mukham yasya saha. One whose face is turned away, not disposed towards. So he is not. So he turned away from his mother. He turned away not only from his mother, but also from all the prosperity or glory of the kingdom. So from the beginning again, Shutva is an avyayam. This has been covered in daily examples many times. Is Samanakritikayoho Purvakale. So there is Samanakarta doing two actions. The dhatu used in the Kriya Padam for the Purvartini Kriya, that will take the Pratyaktva. Samanakritikayoho Purvakale. Covered this many times because Pratyaktva has caused in it because of Shakvatadhyate. Then why? Kiniticha, Guna Nishedha. So Shutva will not take any Guna Adesha, becomes Shutva. Now who is Samanakarta? It's clearly straightforward. Subject of Asit, it is going to be Kaikeyi Tanayaha. Kaikeyi Tanayaha. So it's a very simple thing. It's a very common Pratyaktva. The moment you say Pratyaktva, of course, Ktva becomes Lyap if it's in Samasaha. Samasagnang Purve Ktvo Lyap. But if you have the Pratyaktva, if you have, immediately put a good structure on the sentence, You have to find out who the Samanakarta is and what is the Uttaravartini Kriya. So the moment you saw the word Shutva, Shutvati Padam Shutva, having heard Shutva, you should decide, Samanakarta Kaha. And then Uttaravartini Kriya Kaha. Uttaravartini Kriya. So it's kind of easy in this case is that Kaikeyi Tanayaha Bharataha. He says, Pituhu Mrityum Shutva. Says, Paramukha Asid. He was one who had turned his face away, not only from his mother, but also from the glory of the kingdom, from the prosperity of the kingdom. So, Shutva is an avyayam because of Ktva Tosun Kasanaha. Ktva Tosun Kasanaha. There are only, in the Ashtadhyayi, we got the Sutra Panchakam, Panchasutri, which is from 1137 to 1141. Only these 5 rules tell you what is an avyayam. And there we have Sutram Ktva Tosun Kasanaha. The term ending in the Pratyaktva gets the sanya of avyayam. Shutva is an avyayam. So, Tatha Vidham is Swamatra Moolam is the Vyakhyanam. Swamatra Moolam. Tatha Vidham Mrityam. Look at the placement in the Anvaya done by Malinatha. Before Mrityam he has put that. So it's adjective for Mrityam. So Tatha Vidham Mrityam. So Tatha Vidha Yasya Saha Mrityo. Of that kind. So it was a death of that kind. Such a death. So of that kind of death. Means that kind of means what? Swamatra Moolam Mrityum. So Swamata Moolam Yasya Saha Mrityo. It was a death whose root cause was his own mother. So having heard of his father's death of that kind meaning is basically caused by his mother. Having heard of such a death of his father, so I put this in the document very quickly, is Tatha Vidha Yasya Saha. So one whose kind, Prakaraha, whose kind is of that nature, of that kind, Tatha. So Tadrishi Vidha, of that kind. So Mrityo. Of course, Tatha is an avyayam. So tam mrityam shutva. So this mrityam is the karma of the shutva. Kind of straightforward, but karma of shutva. So having heard of that death. So matrimuni the vyakhyanam. So swasya mata moolam yasya saha mrityu. The moolam, the root of that, the cause, basically the cause of that. So karanam was his mother. So basically it's a death caused by his own mother. Mrityu is maranam. Shutva Swasyaha Matuhu Kevalam. So Matu here, I put some grammar. So this is, look at so nicely he has put the Shashti Sambandha Pituhu before the Nama Shabda Mrityam. And between he puts the adjective. So this, see how, first of all, let's start beginning. So Kaikeyi Tanaya Bharataha, son of Kaikeyi, because it could be, so Kaikeyi's son Bharataha. That's the subject. Okay. Now we want to introduce the clause Shutva. The Shutva has the karma of Mrityam. Mrityam has the Shashti Sambandha with Pituhu. But in between Mrityam also an adjective of Tatha Vidham. You see how the whole sentence is formed like that. Padanvayaha. You want subject, object, verb. Right? So verb is Asit. It comes at the very end, Asit. Because dhatu, us and pu, they don't take objects. You see, object means it has to be different from the kartru. So kartru bhinnam syat karma. The kartru himself cannot become. So we say Ramo Viro asti. So Rama is a hero. In the case that Vira is not the karma. God is Pani defined karma. Pani says kartuhu ipsitatamam karma. Kartuhu ipsitatamam karma. So what he wants to accept. He himself cannot be what he wants. So with dhatu like us or bhu, it is not, the karma sanya doesn't come. So in this case the karma is not there. So the dhatu is asit. We start with the karta, which is Kaikeyi Tanayaha, son of Kaikeyi Bharataha. Asit is Kriyapadam Asit. In fact, if you want, we can finish off the Asit right now. Let's see. Let me go here. I know we had the form Asit. Very recently we had it. No, 1 second. I know this form Asit comes. I thought we had Asit. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me see. Just recently, I think we had this form Asit. Let us see. Asit, yeah, Asit. Yeah, Asit we had from Asit. Okay, so dhatu is us bhuvi. You have, again, I hope all of you already must have got this email. So it has udatta swaraha in the it. We have to use. So there's no scope for the anudatta gnita atmani padam and of the surita gnita kartavya praya kriya phale. So shesha krati prasipadam. So the vivaksha is lang, pratham purusha ekavachanam, anadyatane lang. And then we get the usual upadesha janasika ithalantyam, tiptasji, tipadesha, then anubandha lopaha by halantyam, itascha. So because nitlakara, the ending ikara and drops here, parasyapadam, and then kartri shap, adipabhishyapaha. So asta. Now comes the special rule, which is asti sicho prukte. This is a special rule over here. Everything else is samanyam. But this is the Vishesha Niyamaha. Only for the, how do you know Vishesha? It only after dhatu as and a sich pratyaha. Asti sicho prukte. So when you have the aprukta hal, means aprukta ekal pratyaha, following a dhatu as or the pratyaya sich, then it takes the eat agamaha. So it becomes as eat. So this is a special rule. Asti sicho prukte. And the vritti of eat coming down from ruva eat. And then what happens is that in the meanwhile, of course, you do the adyanta takitau, anubandha lopaha, halantyam, and then adagamaha, adajadina, because lung lung rung shudataha, lung lung rung shu ad udataha, then adajadina. With ajadiyangam, it takes the atagamaha, atascha vriddhi, between the a and the as, it becomes asit. We just had in this daily requirement, in the daily examples, example on this, I think 2 days ago, form asit. So the asit is a kriya padam, and in the middle comes a clause shutva. We just talked about that. Shutva has a karma mrityam. Mrityam is shashti sambandha with pituhu, and then tatha vidam is qualified, is a bahuvri samasa qualifying mrityam. Tatha vidam mrityam. So now Pituhu form, again we've done it in daily documents, daily exams many times, but I just put it down here. Pitru plus nyas, by so just the more, so of his father, death of his father, anubandha lope as by lashakvat dite, na vibhakto tusmaha, prevents sakar for the sanya. Then what happens? Pit ru as, we get the urat. Sorry, ruta ut, I'm sorry. Ruta ut. Ruta Utta. Nyasinesoch. When you have Rukaranda Pradipadikam, let's look at 61111. This is the last sutram in the Adhikara of Ekah Puraparayoho. The Ekah Puraparayoho, which is starting back from here, from 6184, Ekah Puraparayoho, that comes up to this one now. Ruta Utta. Nyasinesoch is coming down. So when you have a Rukaranda Pradipadikam, Rukaraha, followed by Nyasi or Nyas, then Puraparayoho, the Akara of Nyasi or Nyas, take the Eka Adesha of Ukaraha, Utta. So what happens is that we get Pit, Ru, As becomes Pitur, Uran Raparaha. Uran Raparaha. Forgot to put that here. So 151, Uran Raparaha. We get the form Pitur plus Sa. Then Sanyogantasya Lopaha Ratsasya. So Repa, following a Repa, only a Sakara can drop at the end, so that is fine. So we get Pitur, and then finally Karavasanayor Visarjaniyaha Pituhu. The Shashti Ekvachanam of Pitru. Again, nothing new. This is only Subanta Prakriya. We've done this many times in the daily examples, which please follow. Same thing here. What happens is that this Matuhuna. Matu is also the Panchami Ekvachanam. From his mother. So that's Matru plus Nyasi. Same steps. So Pituhu Tatha Vidam Mrityam Shutva. Having heard the death of that kind of his father. That kind means what? Sumatrimulakam, which has his mother as the cause. Then Swasyaha comes in Gita. Sadushan Cheshtate Sasyaha Prakritir Jnanavanapi Prakriti Yanti Bhutani Nigrah King Karishyati Indriyasyate Ragadvesha Vivasthitau Tayor Navashama Gachetam Yasya Paripanthinau Sadushan Cheshtate Sasyaha Prakritir Jnanavanapi Prakriti Yanti Bhutani Nigrah King Karishyati Indriyasyate Ragadvesha. Here it is. Yanti, here it is. Swasyaha comes in Gita and chapter 3 number 33. Sadushan Cheshtate Swasyaha Prakritehe. Swasyaha Prakrite Sadrisham. So Swasyaha, there is the Shashti Ekavachanam. But here we have Parang Mukhaha, turned away from his mother. So this Swasyaha is going to be the Panchami Ekvachanam. Swasyaha Matuhu. It's qualifying Matu. Savanama Shabda. It's a pronoun for Matuhu. So here what's happening is that, again, I won't put all the steps. We should know these by now. But we have to use the Syad Agamaha. Syad Agamaha says here, because we get Yada Sarvanamna Syad Drasvascha. Sarvanamna Syad Drasvascha. When the Nit Pratyaya follows, when we have Swa plus Nyasi in this case, because the Pratyaya Tap has been added in the feminine form, and we had the Pratyaya As, it gets a Syat Agamaha. Not only that, but the Swa becomes Swa. So Swa, Sya, and the As Swasyaha. So Sarvanamna Syat Drasvascha. Sarvanamnaha Syat. So following a Sarvanama Pradipadikam, that Nit Pratyaya, which in this case Nyasi, gets the Syat Agamaha. Adyantau Takitau Anubandalopaha. You get Swa, Sya, As, then Rasvascha. The pride becomes Swa, becomes Swa. So Sarvanamna Sya Rasvascha. Please practice these rules, because unless you practice, Abhyasena Griyate. Anyatha Lupyante. They become lost otherwise. You don't practice these rules. So 73116. Sarvanamna Sya Rasvascha is Sarvanamna 114. Sarvanamna Sya Rasvascha. 73114. Okay. Abanta Sarvanamna. Okay. So we are ending in because of Anuvritta Yad Apa comes from that. 113. Abanta Sarvanamna Nitaha Syat Apascharasvaha. So Sarvasyaha Swasyaha. So I'll put this form here, 73114. So I will not put all the steps, but you should know all the steps. I'll put Swasyaha 73114. 73114 Swasyaha 73. So Sarvanamnasya Drasvascha. Sarvanamnasya Drasvascha. Swasyaha 73114. Sarvanamnasya Drasvascha. Okay. Now, so swasyaha is again shashti, panchami ekvachanam. It's sarvanama shabda for matuhu. Again, beautifully put below the, so sarvanam, so pronoun and then noun following that. Kevalam means eva. Kevalam matur eva. Kevalam means in this case eva. Kevalam means eva. Again, this kevala will be adjective, means alone. Not just that, not alone from his mother, but also from the kingdom. So this kevalam is used kriya visheshanam. It is dvitiya ekvachanam, napumsakalinge. Now, so matur eva, so he makes it eva. Matur eva paramukhaha na. Kintu supplies the kintu. We'll derive form in a second. Look at this form in a second here. But not just from his mother. Kintu shriyaha api. Shriha is, let's look at these two first of all. Pratipadikam shri. This ending shri is not the ikara of the pratyay nip. It's a dhatoho ikaraha. There's a vartikam on, I think, 3, 2, 1. This pratipadikam, I think shri is shreyati harim iti shrihi. So one who is, she rests on hari. So shreyati harim is one of the ways to form this word shrihi. Lakshmi, of course, means prosperity. So say there's a vartikam here. It says here, Kvvachi prachayatas katapru joshrinam dirghos asamsaranam cha. So this pratyaya quip comes and this shri becomes dirgha, becomes shri. So the bottom line is that ikara which is saying there is not the si pratyaya nip or nish, it is the dhato ikara. So when we add the pratyaya nyas, I'm sorry, should be nyasi, I'm sorry, it's panchami. He turned away from the kingdom, from the prosperity. Yes, I'm sorry. Panchami is correct, not Shriyaha. So then Shriyaha, instead of getting any yanna adesha or anything like that, we get the yanga adesha. Achishtad dhatu bhruvam yor yang vangao. Achishtad dhatu bhruvam. So if we have the dhatoho, ikara or ukara, ivarna or uvarna, it takes the yang or uvanga adesha achiparataha. So this and then kvibbantaha dhatuttam na jahati. Means, because you can say, well, this is not a dhatu, it's a pratipadikam now. But just by adding a zero pratyaya quip, the dhatuttam is not lost. But ikara remains a dhatu ikaraha. And so we can use achishtu dhatu bhruvam. Of course, you see in the daily examples many times, achishtu dhatu bhruvam, yor yang vangao. So because this ikara is dhatu ikara followed by us, then we become iya, shriya, shriyaha, panchami ekvachanam. And then we have look at this form parang mukha. This dhatu anchu. By the way, I forgot to read the notes from Professor Devdhar. Let's look at what he says. What very nice notes he has. Let's see. For the last shloka, what did he put? Okay. The previous shloka says prakrutayaha. In the previous shloka which we saw, I forgot to read the notes from Professor Devdhar. Prakrutayaha, the comment he makes on the previous shloka is that prakrutayaha, according to Malinatha, it means counselors, ministers. It also means subjects, prajaha. Then maulehe, we saw that. Mula the agataha, mula plus anna. The ministers were hereditary ministers or servants, hereditary, who had come from the beginning. So hereditary ministers or servants, trusted envoys. This is from the commentary. It is aptai hi sachivai. Apta means trusted envoys. And then stambitaha. It says pitrumarana guptyartham iti bhavaha. For otherwise, Bharata would have refused to come or follow Rama in exile directly from there. He would have gone to exile from there. It says parang mukhaha, parak mukham yasya. So one whose face is turned away. One whose face is averted or turned away from, hence one who's adversely disposed towards. So he became adversely disposed towards his own mother, and also to the kingdom, prosperity of the kingdom. So one who hates, basically one who hates, is what is put over here. So parak is from dhatu para plus anchu, to go. Anchu. Okay, so let's look at that form here. Parang mukha. Let's find the word parak first. So the pratipadikam will become parach. So para plus anch plus pratyaya quin. This is the upada samasa, which also I think we have seen briefly in the daily examples. So look at this form here. as usual, we have to use the upapadam mating, and then we have to use the 3, 2, I think it's 59. Ritvik dadruk srag digukninganchu yunchi krinchancha. So these take the pratyek quin. Let's look at 3 to 59. Look at the vritti of that 3 to 59. Vritti of 3 to 59. 3 to 59 says that ebhya quin. Pratyek quin comes. Anche he supyupapade. Any supyupapadam take the pratyek quin. So then we get para, because para is pradaya. So para plus ancha plus quin. The quin takes sarvapahar lopaha. Bahalantyam upadeshadanu nasika it lashakvatadite. Pani vera pruktasya. The ending vakara also goes away by 6167. Meanwhile, what happens is that by pratyaya lope pratyaya lakshanam, because the kit pratyaya is there, we get the sutram aniditam halupadaya kiniti. The penultimate nasal, which also sutram we have seen in daily example, we have seen the sutram aniditam halupadaya kiniti, 6424. So if you have a nakara which is upadha, so basically if you have angam is ending in a conjunct, upadha is nakara. In that case, what happened is that takes lopaha. When does it happen? When the pratyaya following is kit or nit. So as long as the nakara did not come from the ikar as an it. This dhatu anchu as a sakshat nakara and dhatu patha. It did not come because of the iditonum dhatu. That nakara will not go away. Iditonum dhatu. But this dhatu anchu is listed in dhatu patha as anchu itself. Anchu. So this condition does not apply to us right now. And at this time we don't have the idit. So halaha upadhaya. Upadhaya, it should be penultimate, and with a hal following, it should be basically a conjunct. The hal is the upadha. I mean, so nakara is upadha. Upadha is nakara of a conjunct, and then kitiniti. So pratyek kitnit follows. So what we got the pratyek quin brought by 3259, and because pratyaya lope pratyaya lakshanam, this nakara of ansh takes lopaha, becomes paracha. Then when you put that pradipati come in the compound, so parak mukham yasya saha, because you get the parach, we get parach plus su, mukha plus su. I didn't put all the steps over here. Bahuvari compound. This is by of course we have to first use the 2 to 24 anekamanya padarthe. Never forget the samasa vidhayaka sutram. No samasa can be formed until you can get the samasa vidhayaka sutram first. Then of course we get the usual steps of the krutrita samasascha pradipadika sanya supo dhatu pradipadika yoho. Then pratyaya lope pratyaya lakshanam suptingantam padam. So all that we got. Then what happens? We get shokuhu, becomes parak, and then after that we get the yaronu nasike nu nasiko va, becomes parang mukha. Parang. So parach became parak, it became parang. This is a sandhikarya. So one whose face is turned away. So Professor Devdar gaze is that parak mukham yasya saha. So saha parak mukham. Okay, I think we got everything for the shloka. I think we got most of it. Okay, I don't have anything more here. So it says is that okay, so Kaikeyi tanayaha bharataha, son of Kaikeyi bharataha, Pituhu tatha vidham mrityum shrutva, he's a samanakarta, having heard the death of his father of that kind, means caused by his mother, he turned his back. He turned his back, he turned away not only from his mother, but also from the prosperity of the kingdom. So as paramukha asit. So these slokas are nothing complicated, mostly straightforward, 1 or 2 grammar forms here. Otherwise, I hope you're getting some more confidence now with Kalidasa. So it's not okay. Let's see if Dihenkarji can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir? Dihenkarji, if you're there, you can do translation. Okay, maybe it's not there. Okay. Okay, if you can hear me, you can raise your hand. I will put you back on the phone. Otherwise, okay, I know he's there, but maybe sometimes he's all the way in Mumbai, so maybe the connection may not be there. Okay, Nagaraji, you ready?
ready.
Okay, having heard.
Shrutva.
Shrutva, of his father's.
Pituhu
Pituhu. That his understood. Death is
Mrityum
mrityum. Brought on in that manner.
Tathavidham
Tatha vidham mrityam. The son of Kaikeyi,
Kaikeyi
Tanayaha, he became Asid. Asid. That's the verb, he became. Averse, literally turned his face away from.
Parangmukha.
Parangmukha. So parak mukham yasya saha. Not only
Kevalam, not
kevalam,
Kevalam,
not only, but to his mother is Matuhu, but also you can supply it into no what is this? Oh, api, but also
Shriya.
api also to the royal fortune, the kingdom.
Shriyaha.
Shriyaha. But the one thing, his mother is the Swasya.
Swasya.
Swasyaha is the his, mother is Matuhu, and so na kevalam is not only. Na kevalam is not, na is not, and kevalam is only. Yeah, sorry. So not is na, only is kevalam, his is Swasyaha, mother is Matuhu, but also is api, royal fortune is the Shriyaha. Okay, thank you. Yeah, these are not that difficult shlokas, straightforward. I mean, and it's good when you do the work and then look at the translation, we can make the nice connections. Okay. Let's take the Anantaram. Anantaram is the Sasainyashchanvagadramam Darshitan Ashramalayahi Tasya Pashyan Sasaumitrer Udashrur Vasatiddraman Sasainyashchanvagadramam Darshitan Ashramalayahi Tasya Pashyan Sasaumitrer Udashrur Vasatiddraman Sasainyashchanvagadramam Darshitan Ashramalayahi Tasya Pashyan Sasaumitrer Udashrur Vasatiddraman. Okay, so Padacheda is Sasainya Bharataha, who's with the army, Pratama Ekvachanam, Cha Avyapadam, Anvagat, Anuagat. This form is not in Gita. This dhatu in takes the ga adesha. In gato takes the ga adesha. Lung, when the inoga lungi is, we're going to see that. So this anvagat, in fact, you can spot two things in this. Agat. Agat means you can spot the ad agamaha there. Lung lang rung kshvadudattaha. You can also spot the ending itashcha in the form agat. So basically we have a nit lakara which has taken the ad agamaha. Doesn't look like a lung, does it? This doesn't look like a lung lakara. This is the way to spot the lung lakara. Is you rule out, of course, it cannot be rung. Rung is the pratyasya in there. So agat cannot be rung. And ad agama is it has to be either lung, lung, or rung. Rung is not possible because the pratyasya is not there. So now it comes down to lung or lung. Lung means it should be gana vikarana should be there somewhere there. Like we say the form abhavat, that's lung lakara. Abhut, lung lakara. Right? Apashyat is lung lakara. Adrakshit, lung lakara. This form agat, this is not the dhatu gam, by the way. That's not the dhatu gam. That becomes agamat. Will become agamat. This dhatu is in gatau. So this doesn't look like, because first of all, in gatau, there's no reason for it to take the ga adesha in lung. Because we're going to see sutram inoga lungi. Inoga lungi is this section called ardhadhatuke. The adhikar of ardhadhatuke comes in Ashtadhyaya in two places. Ardhadhatuke. One we have seen many times is in the Angasya adhikara comes adhikar of ardhadhatuke. Like we have atolopaha and all that become like atolopaviticha. That's all in we had the sutram niraniti, nishtayam seti. That's all in the in the adhikara of ardha dhatu, okay, in the angasya adhikara. This similarly, this also adhikara ardha dhatu, okay, comes in 2.4. This gives you dhatu adesha, this adesha for some dhatus. So this is what Apte calls the defective dhatus. They take some different form, ardha dhatu, okay. For example, dhatu bru, bru vachihi. Bru becomes vacha. And the pratyaya following a sanya of ardha dhatu comes. So basically, bru will only have the lat, lot, lung, vidiling. Everything will become vacha. Now, one more thing is sutra called aster bhu. Dhatu as becomes bhu. Now, one exception to this, we just, in fact, now I forgot to mention that. I'm glad I brought it up here. When we derive this form back here about this naya yama suhu, why did as become bhu over here? Because aster bhu sutram we're going to see here, aster bhu. Right now we want to sutram inoga lungi. Okay, that's what we need right now. Inoga lungi. So in takes the ga adesha when the lung when we want to use the lung lakara. But aster bhu is also here. Then why didn't the as take the bhu adesha when we had the lit pratyaya following here? Because lit has sanya of ardha dhatukam by litcha. Litcha sutram, lit pratyaya gets sanya of ardha dhatukam by litcha. So now why didn't us become bhu? Because vachana samarthyat. Because Paniniya says krinchanu prajyate liti. Kru bhu as should be used anuprayoga. There's no point in saying kru bhu as if the as is going to become bhu. So vachana samarthyat, that us did not take the bhu adesha ardha dhatuke. Okay, but so that is because of the vishesha vidhanam is kricha anuprajyate liti 3140. So kru is a pratyahara there. Kru bhu as. There's no point saying kru bhu as if the as is going to become bhu. Might say kru and bhu only then. So that's the reason why. But here, inoga lungi, so remember these two adhikaras of ardha dhatu, okay? One is in the angasya adhikara, which is the 6446. One is in this 2.4, you get the dhatva adesha and inoga lungi. So this takes the ga adesha. In fact, let's look at another video in some more detail. We'll finish this form, agata. This is not in Gita. So I mean this ga adesha is not in. Of course, Gita will not give you every form. But so in gata is a dhatu. Inoga lungi. The moment you want to use, so let me highlight this sutram, inoga lungi. The moment you know that lung has to be used, you take the ga adesha immediately, inoga lungi. And then you get the pratyaya lung as default, past tense. And now, as usual, tipt anubandha lopaha, upadish adunarasika it, halantyam tasya lopaha, then lasya tipta ji pratyaya tip comes, anubandha lopaha, itascha. Because of the 3, 4, I'm sorry, this 100, sorry, 3, 4, 100, itascha. So the ending ikara will go because we have nit lakara. So then we got ga, ta. Now the pratyaya sich is going to come here because the default pratyaya by the way, in the Wednesday class, the very last lesson of the book is the lung lakara. So it's going to be coming in a few weeks. In a few weeks, you're going to get a full drill of the lung lakara. But for time being, we can do it in brief. So what happens is that instead of kartari shap, this is apavada. And when in the lung lakara is apavada, which says chi lungi, pratyaya chili comes. The chili becomes sich by default. Chile sich. Chi lungi chile sich. Doesn't become sich all the time, but the default is sich. So now the sich means, of course, the halantyam upadeshanu nasikit sakara vashishyate. Anubandha lope sakaro vashishyate. But now what happens is that in this special case, that entire this sich takes a look. It goes away. So that sich, we can even in this when we see this sutra, we says gati stha gupa. So let me see, me get this. Okay, here. Gatistha gupa bhubhya sichaf prasya padeshu. So when you have this gati means you have to use the ikshipo dhatu nirdeshe. So the gati refers to this ga adesha in place of in. When that is among, so not only gati but stha, gupa, bhubhya. In fact, in Gita, we can use, even though we don't have the form agat, we do have this form कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफल हेतुर्भूः माते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि मा कर्मफल हेतुर्भूर्माते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. The same sutra is used over there. This gati stha gu pa bhubhya. Bhu. So same thing. When you have bhu plus lung, then chi lungi chile sich. So then we get the but sich takes look by the sutram gatistha ghupa bhubhya sich prasya padeshu, that ma bhu, that ma bhu is this is madhya purusha ekavachanam pratyaya sip halantyam itascha bhus. In the meanwhile you got bhu sich plus sa. The sich took the look by this 2 forceps. So in Gita, so when you chant this shloka, a very famous shloka of Gita, of course I think many of you know this shloka, karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetur bhur mate sangostva karmani. So ma bhu. The moment you chant this shloka, immediately chant the Panini Sutram. After that, chant this Sutram if you can, which is the Gatistha Khupa Bhubhya Sichaf Prasya Padeshu. Right now we have to form this Ino Galungi, but in Gita we have this Bhu, Sich taken the Sich. Okay, so what happens now is that we get this Sich takes look Prakaranam, and then by 2477, and finally we get the Adagamaha with the usual Lung 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 Kshodadattaha. Then Adyantau Takitau Halantyam becomes Agat. So Agat is from the Dhatu in, so Lung Lakaraha, Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam, we get the Lungadesha. So I'm sorry, the Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam, the Ga takes, the in takes Ga Adesha, we get the form Agat. So continue with the shloka now. What we have is that, so simple sentence is that Bharataha Sa Sainyaha. So Sainya is a Bahuvri compound. So Sainya, see beautifully is put Sa Sainya Bharataha. Bharataha is the subject of the sentence. Subject will come first. Sa Sainya Bharataha. So Sainyena Saha Vartate, it is Sa Sainyaha. Sainyena Saha Vartate, Sa Sainyaha. One is with the army. This is a special kind of Bahuvri compound. See, normally when you use the Bahuvri compound, we use a sutram which is the 224 Anekamanya Padarthe. But below that is a Vishesh sutram which is the Tena Sahiti Tulya Yoge. Tena Sahiti Tulya Yoge. Tena Sahiti Tulya Yoge. When something participates in an action with something else, then we say Saputraha Pita Agachati. So Putrena Saha Agachati, Saputraha Pita Agachati. So father comes with the son. They both of them come. So when someone comes with something else, you can form Bahuvri compound in the sense of Tena Saha. Putrena Saha means Saputraha. But they have to be Tulya Yoga, they have to participate in some action. We can say Vartate. So in fact here we can say Agat. Because Sa Sainyaha, so Sainyena Saha. So the Vigraha Vakam is Sainyena Saha. Sainyena Saha. Bharataha Ramam Anvagat. So Bharataha followed Ramaha with his army. This is a Bahuvri compound. So you can say, I put it in the vacuum, it says, okay, Sainyena Saha Agat. So Tena Saha iti Tulya Yoge, Bahuvri compound, is 2 Now what happens is that, so can Sainyena put the Pratyata, Saha is an Avyayam, Avyadapsupaha, Saha Sainyaha, of course we're using the usual Pratyata Samasa, Supo Dhatu Pradvikayoho Supluk, and then we get this Sa Adeshaha, Vopasajanasya. 6382. Look at we talked about it yesterday, right? When you do a samasa, you have to keep these two sections in mind. One is samasa antaha, which comes in end of 5.4. That's in the end of the samasa, something taking place. While this in 6.3 is uttarapade adhikaraha, alu uttarapade. That tells you what's happening to the first part of the samasa, the purapadam. Something happens to the purapadam, that's 6.3. Something happens at the end of the samasa is end of 5.4. That time we want to make the saha, maybe we want to make the sa adesha. So that's clearly not the end of the samasa, it's in the purapadam. We have to look at 6.3, 6382, vopasajanasya. In the Bahuvri compound, general rule is that every padam has a sanya of upasajanam. Upasajanam. As a general rule in a Bahuvri compound, we'll do Bahuvri compound in detail in the Wednesday class coming soon. But for right now, just take the statement is that in a Bahuvri compound, generally speaking, every term is sanya upasajanam. So then what happens is that 6382 says va upasajanasya. So sahasya saha. The saha takes the sa adeshaha. So we get sa sainyaha. Sa Sainyah. So by 6382, let's look at 6382 for 1 second. 6382 says Upasarjana Sarvavayavaha Samasa Upasajanam. Means that it's supposed to Bahuri compound. Yes, Sarve Avayavaha Upasajani Bhutaha Saha Sarvopasajano Bahuri Griyate. Basically in a Bahuri compound, what it says. Tadavayavasya, 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 Saha Shabdasya Va Saha Ityam Adesha Bhavati. So the Saha is part of Bahuri compound will take Vikalpena Sa Adesha. Saputraha Sahaputraha. Comes in Gita. Sayajñah Prajasrishtva Purovacha Prajapatihi. Anina Prasavishyadvam Eshavos Tvishtakamudaka. So Sahayajñah Prajasrishtva Purovacha Prajapatihi. Let's see. Anina Prasavishyadvam. Here. Sahayajñah Prajasrishtva Purovacha Prajapatihi. Anina Prasavishyadvam Eshavos Tvishtakamudaka. Sahayajñah Prajasrishtva. And created the progeny along with the sacrifices. So yajnena saha yajnyaha prajaha srishtva. So here the saha did not become the sa adesha. So when you chant this sloka of the Gita, chapter number 3, number 10, sa yajnyaha prajaha srishtva, think of the sutram vopasajanasya. So vopasajanasya. So bahuvrihe avayavasya saha shabdasya va sa adesha bhavati. He takes the Bahuvri compound when you have the Saha as a member of a Bahuvri compound, as a member of a Bahuvri compound, takes the Sa Adesha. Of course, Anekachi Sarvasya, the entire thing replaced by Sa. So right now, this is without the Sa Adesha. Raghuvamsha Kavyam, we right now with the Sa Adesha, Sa Sainyaha. So one more time, Tena Sahita Tulya Yoge, Bahuvri compound, 28, and the Saha takes Sa Adesha optionally. So it says, Sainyena Saha Anvagat. He followed Ramaha with his army. So Sainya is a Bahuri compound adjective, so it is qualifying Bharataha. Clearly he mentions that Bharataha. Ramam Ditya Ekvachanam is the karma of Anvagat. Anu Agat, we just derived the form Anu Agat. Agat means he went, Anvagat means he followed. Anvagat cha. Kim Kurvan, doing what? So he followed Ramaha with his army doing what? Kim Kurvan. He's building up a sentence for you. He's building up the sentence for you. Because doing what did he follow? He says Ashramalayayihi. See, now he's going to his compound now. So Ashramalayayihi. Alayaha. Alayaha means the abode or residence or a home. Nivasaha. It says Vanavasibhir. Ashrama. So Ashramaha eva. Alayaha yesham te. So those who residents, those who have the ashrama as their home, as their residence. He changed Vanavasin. He's made a Upadasamasa. Vanavasin, we just saw the sutram, Vanavasin, which is the Supya Jata, the Nistachilye. We just use that. You can use the same sutram to form the form Vanavasin. So Vana plus, so Vane Vasati. Tachilye and Vanavasin. One who habitually dwells in the forest is Vanavasin. So you can say Vana plus Sup plus Vas plus Nini Anubandha Lope in, and then same thing Atopadhaya Vanavasin. Then Vrajavasin, right? Sri Krishna Vrajavasin, Vraje Vasati Tachilyena, Vrajavasin, and so on and so forth. Now, so for the Bahuri compound, Ashramalayahi is, we have made it here. Ashramaha Alayaha Yeshamte Ashramalayaha. So Taihi, by those who had their home, who had the residence in the ashrama itself, in the vanam. So he may clarify that the ashrama means vanavasibihi. Now why did he take that for? This is Tritiya Bhuvachanam. That's the Kartru, that's the Kartaraha. They are the doers of which Darshitan. So Ashramalayahi Darshitan. Drish is to see, Darshi is to show, means to cause to see. Is a causative form Dhatu Drish, So this I put in the document here. So Drishar Prekshane, to look at. Anubandha lope, of course, ir gets the it sanya by a vartikam. Iraha it sanya vacha. So become drish plus nich means to cause someone to see, means to show. Means to show. So you go to the usual steps, chitu hanantyam, and then do the puganta lagupatasya cha. Go to gunadesha, uran rapara, become darshi. Then darshitan, make it darshi plus the pratyakta taktavatu nishtha sanya sutram. Sutra is nishtha sutram. And then he gets the idagamaha. Ardhadhatukasya valadehe. The pratyakta, the sanya of ardhadhatukam because of tingshit sarudhatukam, ardhadhatukam sheshaha. And in nisheda only comes by 7. This is the main sutra for in nisheda 7 to 10. Which is ekach upadeshanudatta. Any derived dhatu will be an ekach. So that in nisheda of 7 to 10, ekach upadeshanudatta will not apply in general for derived dhatus, because this is not ekach anymore. This is it has 2 ach in there. So so then we get the ida agamaha. Now we need to remove one ikara, right? We want to form darshita. So remove which we saw the adhikara right now of ardhadhatuke. Just talking about it, ardhadhatuke. In that we just use sutram today about niraniti. We use that niraniti. We already saw that sutram niraniti. Below that nishtayam. In fact, today we use 3 rules from here. Niraniti. So nirada ardhatuke parene lopasyat. Then ayamantal. We use that one. So ayam. Sorry, ayam, not ayam, but ayam. Ayamantal, not ayam, but ayam. Mispronouncing that. I'm sorry. Ayamantal. So ayamantal, etc. We have used that sutram. So ayamantal. So ayamantal. But now we need nishtayam seti. So if you have a nishtha pratyaya which is with the idagamaha, then what happens is that the nish takes lopaha. So this ikara in the form darshita. So darshita iti rupe yaha ikaraha drishyate sa idagamaha. Natu nichaha ikaraha. It's not the ikara of nich. It's the idagama, because nich takes lopa with nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti. So therefore we get the darshita form. Darshita was 6,452. But that is a passive form, because tayoreva krityakta kalarthaha. Tayoreva krityakta kalarthaha. Normally any krit pratyaya use kartari krit. But here there are some pratyaya which are only used in the passive. So even though 3,467 is kartari krit, and below that is tayoreva krityakta pratyakta. Nishtha is taktavatu nishtha. The tavatu will be kartari. Aham gatavan, aham drishtavan, aham whatever, likitavan. But here the pratyakta will be used in the passive. So this, because it's passive, now what has happened is that these are the doers of that action. The ashramalayehi darshitan. So shown by those who were the vanavasibhi. So because the now we're going to get the kartakaranayo sthitiya. So this is the important thing, is that because we normally say karta is pratama ekvachan. That's not the case. The karta is pratama only when it will be abhita. Ramaha vanam gacchati. What happened is Rama has become abhita. It is connected with the verb. But only then he'll default to pratama. So saying the karta will be in pratama is not correct. Because actually the Panini Sutram is that Panini Sutram evam vartate Kartakaranayo sthitiya iti. Kartakaranayo sthitiya. So karta will take tritiya. But this is all in the condition of anabhite. Anabhite means not told. Which has not been described. But what the Tingantam Padam? We say Rama vanam gacchati, the form gacchati already told you something about Rama. He became bound to Tingantam Padam. Then it defaults to Pratama Vibhakti. By sutram down here, Prajapadikartha, etc. But right now we have the Ashramalayehi is not binding to the Tingantam Padam at all. Because their Tingantam Padam is only down here, is Anvagatis Bharataha Sasainya. This Ashramalayehi Darshita Andruman. So shown by them. So this is the doer of that action of showing. So shown by them. So Darshitan is again the causative form, is having been caused to see. Means shown. Ashramalayehi because of passive form. Tayoreva krityakta kalataha. This is titiya bhavachanam. Then next thing he says, so let's follow Manidata. Kim kurvan ashramalayehi equals vanavasibhi darshitan. Means what? Ete ramanivasaha iti kathitan. means I hope we can read these simple sentences now. Ete Rama Nivasaha iti kathitan. So this is where Rama stayed, is what they told Bharata. These are the trees where he resided under those trees. Ete Rama Nivasaha. So these are the places where Rama has stayed. Iti kathitan. So darshitan means ete Rama Nivasa iti kathitan. And then Sa Saumitrehe Lakshmana Sahitasya, same thing. So we had the Sa Sainya back here. Sa Saumitrihi. Saumitrihi Sa Lakshmanaha Ramaha. So Sa Lakshmanaha Ramaha. He says, you can say Saumitrina equals Lakshmanena Saha Vartate. It is Sa Saumitrihi Ramaha. You can just follow all the same steps we had over here for Sa Sainya, same steps. Now, how is the project with Saumitra he formed? Sumitra. He's son of Sumitra. Sumitrayaha apatyam Saumitrihi. Now normally we should have had, look at the number. It is in the Adhika Tasyapatyam. So what's the default Pratyaya Tasyapatyam? Tasyapatyam default is, Pratyaya is going to be Pragdivyato and. Pragdivyato and. But then what happens is that this instead of that is this Gana. This is the thing about Tadita. There are all these Ganas which are there, And Ganapatha is, first of all, it's become a little bit archaic now. Secondly, it needs to be extended all the time. Atideshaha, Apekshate, it has to be extended all the time. So that is a difficult part of Taditas. Is all these Ganas means these sets of Pratipadikani, which are listed out. Very difficult to keep track of these. And as a matter of fact, the word may not be there also. In fact, I can check this because what's going to happen is here, there is this thing called Bhavvadibhyascha. If you see the Bhavvadi Ganaha, it is a Pratyaya E. Instead of taking the default Pratyaya coming down, it takes a Pratyaya E. Atra E Bhavvadibhyascha. Now, what's the Bhavvadi Gana? I can look at it, but I don't mean Sumitra may not be there in that Gana. But you have to see from Shishta Pragaha. Saumitrihi, when Kalidasa says, then we have to assume that this is in the Bhavvadi Ganaha because the Pratyaya I we cannot get because the default Pratyaya is Pragdivyato and. Well, let's see, this is 4196 Bhavvadi Ganaha. Bahu Upabahu Chudala Mushaka Balaka Bagala Chagala. Yeah, it's there, so it's there. I'm sorry, it is there. Okay, I take it back. It is actually there in this case. Okay, let's look at 4196 here. Sumitra is in that Gana. I didn't think. Sometimes it may not be there. So next time, don't be disappointed if it's not there. Doesn't happen all the time. This time we got kind of lucky here. This is a nice form. So this word Sumitra is somewhere here. Sumitra. So yes, okay, she's there. Okay. So I take it back. In this particular case, we're okay because Bhavvadibhyascha, Pratyaya I comes in there. So now, instead of taking D for an, we take Sumitraya Upatyam, Sumitra plus Nyashashti, Pratyaya I come with the Bhavvadibhyascha. That's the main thing. Of course, after that, Anubandha Lopaha, Sunyakarasya Lopaha. In the meanwhile, Krityajita Samasascha Pradipadika Sanya, Supodhata Pradipadika Yoho, Saumits, and then in the meanwhile, we also get the Etasminantare in the meanwhile. So that's in, when you say in the meanwhile, in Sanskrit, you say Etasminantare, in the meanwhile. We get the Vriddhi, Adi Vriddhi. Taditeshvacham Adehe Vriddhi, not Lopa, but Vriddhi. Taditeshvacham Adehe becomes Saumitra plus E. Because this nears and it, that's what causes the Adi Vriddhi. And then usual vein is not here, but you get the Yachivam Yasyeticha. So, Ivarnantasya, Avarnantasya, Bhasanyakasya, Angasya, Lopasya, Tadita Ika Rechipare. Tadita Pratyaya is the E because Tadita starts from 4176 Tadita. So it becomes Saumitri. And then we have this thing in the shloka which says Sa Saumitrihi is Saumitrina Sahavartate Sa Saumitrihi. So Sa Saumitrihi is Sa Saumitrehe is Shashti Rekharehe. So this is, Ghed Niti, then Nyasina Soshcha. That, we won't repeat this in the class anymore because you should know these from the daily examples. So here what happens is that Ghed Niti, I show them to you, but Ghed Niti. So when the Nit Pratyaya, first of all, Shesho Gyasakhi, get the Gisanya, and then Ghed Niti become Sa Saumitre plus as, then nyasinasoch puraparayoho ekadesha. Puraparayoho ekadesha. So that because enga padatadati nyasinasoch. That ekara of sa saumitre plus puraparayoho ekadesha is purarupam ekadesha. Okay. Sa saumitre like harehe. Shashti ekavachanam. And so Lakshmana sahitasya. Lakshmanena sahitasya. Tasya ramasya. Of that Ramaha. So Vasati Durman. Vasati Durman. So Vasati Durman is Vasati means Nivasa. This Vasati is not a Tingantam Padam. You be careful. Bit confused. Vasati could be a Tingantam Padam, but Tingantam na samasyate. It will not be in a compound. Not only that, it won't fit because we already got the verb Anvagata. So Atta Yuktam Nasya. Tinganta Padam Atta Yuktam Nasya. It will not be fitting in this context. So this Vasati is actually formed from Unadi Pratyaha. Dhatu Vas is taken Unadi Pratyaha. I put it down here somewhere. Vasanti Yatra iti Vasatihi. This Pratyaya Ati comes Unadi Pratyaha. Vasanivase. Unadi Sutram 4.61 I think it is. So Vasati is Nivasa. That in which you live, somewhere live. So this Pratyaya Ati. This is not a Tingantam Padam Vasati. It means Nivasa. So Nivasa. So in fact he gives the commentary here. Nivasa Vrikshan. So Nivasasya Vrikshan. You can say so. These trees of his residence, where he lived. Nivasa Vrikshan. Nivasa Vrikshan. So Vasati means Nivasa here. Druma means Vriksha. In fact, Druma is interesting word. Druma. I think we had in one of the prior lessons. You will not suspect the word Druma. So Dhru, it means the branches, like Shakha. That Dhru is to move or to flow. Dravati, to kind of flow. So these branches, they kind of flow out, they kind of spread out. So now Dhru, Druma has that which has branches. Druma. So in this adhikara of the Tadasyasya Smriti Matup, adhikara you find one word, one shloka, one sutram I should say, excuse me. Dyudrubhyamaha. Dyudrubhyamaha. So Drumaha. So this is 52108 is one sutram. Dyudrubhyamaha. 52108. I can put it in a document. I didn't do that. Let's look at so 52 because adhikara, this is very nice adhikara of Matup. Very interesting words can be formed there, like a word like Nagaraha, word like Jatilaha, all interesting like word like Shamala, word like Madhura. You will never suspect these are ending in Matup Pratyaha. But they are, so 52108, let's see what it says. Dyudruma Shabdabhya Maha Pratyabhut. Pratyaya is Maha. Matvarthe. Drumaha. So I can put that 52108 Drumaha. Just interesting word. Drumaha 52108. Drumaha 52108. Okay. Drumaha 52108. Okay. Now so Vasiti Druman means the Nivasa Vrikshan. Nivasa Vrikshan, the trees where Shri Rama stayed. And then Pashyan. The Pashyan, I won't go through all the steps because we already saw in the early examples. First of all, in the last class itself, we derived all these forms. We had the, form, I think, Alo Payan, we had it in the last class. We had, we had this, I know recently we had this one. Yeah, Shatripatya, right here. So it's, Alopayat becomes Yad Pratyas. So same Pashyan, same thing. Comes in Gita. Pashyan, Shunvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Nashnan, Gachan, Sapan, Shwasan, Pralapan, Visajan, Gurnan, Mishan, Napi. So it comes in Gita, I think, 5.8 of Gita. So only thing here is that Drish takes the Pashya Deshaha. Sutram which is in daily examples. We have the Sutram daily examples. Pa, Gra, Dma, etc. This Dhatu Drish is in that list. So basically Dhatu Drish takes Lat. Lat takes Shatru Adesha. Meanwhile Shatru we get the Shap, Kartari Shap. When that happens, then what happens is that this Dhatu Drish takes the Pashya Adesha. It's become Pashyat Pratipadikam. 7378. Once you get the Pratipadikam Pashyat, then you can just follow the same steps over here. Get the Numagamaha Udacham Savarnamasthani Dhatu, because the Shatru is an Ugit. Ugit becomes Pashyant, and then we get the Sakar Lopaha by Halinyabhyo Dirga Sutisya Vruktam Hal. And then after that, Sanyogantasya Lopaha becomes Pashyan. We cannot do Nakar Lopa after that because it's Asiddham. In the eyes of Nulva Pradipadikanta, it's Asiddha Nakar Lopa. So we get 8 to 20. So Pashyan is similar form. Didn't put all. Only thing I put in the document is I put that only Sutram Pagradma. So I put in the document, it's just 7378. So Shesham Samanam. So Yatha Puram, same as before. So this is the only special sutram here. So Pashyan, looking at these trees where Sri Rama stayed, Udashruhu. Look at Sandhi here, Udashruhu it is, okay? Udashrudan, this is Sandhi often taking place here. Udashruhu Rudan. So we get, Udashruhu, we get Sasajusho Ruhu, then Rori. Rori is a Sandhi operation. Then, so what happened is Udashruhu Rudan, Udashrus, Sasajusho Ruhu, Udashrur. Because Refa followed by Refa, the prior Refa is Rori. Again, it didn't put document because we've seen in the daily exams many times this has come. So this is the Rori. So Refasya Lopaha Repe Parataha. So and then what happens is that we get Udashru Rudan, and then the prior vowel gets elongated. So we get Dralope Purvasya Dirghonaha. Dralope Purvasya Dirghonaha. So when it's a Refa or Dakara takes Lopaha, the prior, because it comes in our Dhyana Shloka, right? Ramena Abhihata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Nishachara Chamu, who it is? Chamu, who? In that case, the Ukra is already Dirgha. But Rori Sutram comes in that. Rori. So Rori, Dralope Purvasya Dirghonaha. You can practice for homework because this Sandhi operation, Udashruhu equals Rudan. Means crying. Same Rudat, same thing. Like Pashyan, Rudat means crying. Udashruhu. So what kind of compound is this one? It's Bhuvri compound. Udgatani Ashuni Yasyasaha. Udashruhu. One whose tears have shown up, are coming out. Udgatani Ashuni Yasyasaha. So now we know we use Vartikam today under 2224. When we look at the very beginning of the class, interesting, the beginning of the class we use Vartikam. Anataha Prakritayaha. Anata Prakritayaha. The same sutram, different Vartikam, the same sutram. Anekavanya Padartha. That's the main sutram for Bahuvri Samasa Vidhayaka Sutram. That is one. This is their different sutram. This is different Vartik. Pradibhyo Dhatu Jasya Uttara Padasya Lopascha Va Bahuvrir Vaktavyaha. So Prapaditam Paranam Masya Praparana Vidava Vikataha Davaha Yasyaha Sa. Husband has passed away. So we got Vidava. Nispruhaha. Nirgata Spruha Yasyasaha. So on and so forth, So we can use a Pradi. Then the Krudantam, which is the participle, can be dropped. Of course, you look at Shishta Puraga, you can drop it all the time, but we can, depending on, so what he has, Udashruho, Udgatani Ashuni. So we could say Udgata Ashwas would have been said. Udgata Ashruho. But sometimes it gets dropped and doesn't get dropped, that you have to know the proper use in the language. It's Udgata Ashruho became Udashruho. Udgatani Ashuni Yasyasaha. Udgatani Ashuni Yasyasaha. And so form the Samasaha. Let me see anything else in this Sutra Mishlokaha. I think we got everything here that I put here. Okay. Let me see if we get everything here. Okay. Yeah. So Rudan Udashu, no commentary. No commentary, by the way. So it should be Spashtam. Udgatani Ashuni. Let's see what Professor Devdar has to say. Did you add anything to that? Let me go to translation after that. Let's see what he adds. Anything. Ashamalayaihi. Ashamalayaihi. Okay. So marking with tears in his eyes the trees where Rama and Lakshmana had rested, as these were pointed out to him by the hermits. Ashramaha aleha yeshamte tapasvinaha udashruhu udgatani ashuni yasyasaha. Okay, that's what he's saying. Let's see. Is Dihenkarji is there? I give him a chance. Is he there? Dihenkarji, are you there? I think his mic's not. Somebody's mic doesn't work sometimes. Okay. All right. He's not there. Maybe his mic is not working. If you're there, you can raise your hand. I'll keep you unmuted. You can raise your hand if you're there. Okay, I can put you there. Okay. Okay, sir. Nagaraj, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me try to put the proper stacking for you. Okay. And this is the
Cha.
cha. With an army.
Sasainya.
Sasainyaha. He followed or went in search of this one.
Anvagat.
Anvagat, Anuagat. It's not a compound. Tigantam samasyate. Tigantam is not compound. Anuagat, Anvagat. It's only a sandhi, not a compound there. Ramaha is here. Raman. Viewing, seeing.
Darshitan.
No, Pashyan.
Pashyan, sir. Pashyan.
Because Pashyan is qualifying Bharataha.
Right.
Darshita is going to qualify the trees. Yeah, okay. So
Causing, yes. Shown.
yes, so shown. That's shown, correct. With tears.
Dashruhu.
Udashruhu. Udgatani ashruni yasya Udashruhu. The trees beneath which is the compound. The trees is this one.
Druman.
Druman, which is part of a compound, beneath which Sri Rama had lived.
Vasatit Druman.
Vasatit Druman, which were his places of residence for him. Vasatit Druman. And with Lakshmanaha, Sasaumitrehe Ramasya, Vasatit Druman. And which were pointed out to him. That is this. Darshitan. Made him, which they made him see, means to show. To him is Bharata, by the dwellers of the hermitages.
Ashramalayahi.
Ashramalayahi. So Ashramaha Alayaha Yeshamte. Thank you, sir. Okay, time is up. Give you small homework. We only have 2-3 minutes left now. Chitrakuta Vanasthancha Kathita Swargatir Guroho Lakshmya Nimantrayansh Chakre Tamanuchishta Sampada. Okay, first of all, Nimantrayan Chakre are going to be the same steps as what we had today. Very similar steps, so please practice if you can for homework. Like we did Anuprayoga lit over here, same thing. Only thing Dhatu Kru has been used Anuprayoga instead of us. So please go through all these steps about the Am Pratyaya coming, Amaha look, then Kru taking lit, Dvitam, Chakru, become Chakre, okay? So that's all the same step. We won't go to next time. It would be Nimantrayan Chakre, the same steps as Anaya Yamasu. Only thing that the Kru has been Atmanipadam, otherwise same concept here. Now this Sutam Chitrakuta Vanastham, take for homework Upapada Samasaha. There's a very famous Sutam called Supistaha. But yeah, Ka is being used, so if you can try for homework, is this Sutram, of course, Upapadam Mating 2219, Tatrapadam Saptami Stham 3192, then Supistaha, okay? So use a Dhatu Stha, which is Andhatu Pata, it is Shtha, Gatinivrittau, and then Pratyaya Ka is to be used, and then Ato Lopiti Cha, Chitrakuta Niva Vanastham. So it says, so Chitrakuta Vanastham Ramam, Nimantrayan Chakre. So he invited Rama, who was staying at that time Chitrakuta Vanastham. Now here Bharataha, Bahuri compound qualifying him, Kathita Swargatir. So Kathitaha Swargatihi Yena Saha. So Guroho Swargati, again Guroho Pituhu. We saw below also, Guru has a variety of meanings. In this case, father. So one who had narrated the death of his, or the ascending to heaven of his father. So Bharataha invited Ramaha. Bharataha who had, so Kathita Pituhu Swargatihi Yena Saha. So Bharataha who had described to Ramaha, the passing away of his father, ascending to heaven of his father. Then Lakshmiya, with the Lakshmi. He invited him with the Lakshmi, means to have the Lakshmi. So tam Ramam anuchishta sampada, this glory of the kingdom which had been untouched by him. Uchishta means like something which is, leftover, leftover food after, it's called uchishtam. It comes in Gita. I know time is up, but Gita shloka, we have time for that. It is tamasam, bhojanam, right? Yatayamam gatarasam, uti purushitam chayat, uchishtapi chamedyam, bhojanam tamasapriyam. Tamasapriyam. So I think chapter 17. Yatayamam gatarasam, uti purushitam chayat, uchishtapi, here it is, 17:10. Uchishtapi chamedyam, bhojanam tamasapriyam. So these tamasic people, they like this leftover food, which has been eaten and left over. They eat that same food again. So anyway, uchishtam. So here he's saying is that anuchishta sampada. So he invited him with the prosperity of the kingdom. Means by means of that, we say you can have this, which has been untouched, which has not been left behind by me after enjoying it. It is untouched by me. So. Which is anandubhuta shishta, means which has not been experienced by me. I'm giving it to you new, basically untouched. Anyway, so next time for homework, Anupraga lit over here, Supistha over here, you can do Bhavuri compound over here, and you can read the Vyakhyanam. We'll continue next time. Okay. So Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Vajay Ramena Vihata Nishachar Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Raman Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittare Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuttara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattvalyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana On Nama Iti. So next